Hey guys, so listen, I actually got the dates. I'm sure you already saw that wrong on the community thing where we did the votes to see what time we're gonna do the Q&A. So I forgot that hello, 22nd is Saturday, and that is the day that I'm mentoring my kid and going to the jump house, bounce house. So it was like locked in between Wednesday and Saturday, 30%, 30%, right? So I have to do it on Wednesday. All right. It was at 3. If that does not work, let me know. But for now, we are going to do the Q&A live at 3. I just got back from the pool, so sorry. And so be prepared. Maybe, see, I'm in Wisconsin, okay? So you need to check your times to make sure that they match up. Right now, well, because I'm videoing, I don't know what time it is here, but let me go look real quick. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 5:34 p.m.
So right now it's 5:34 p.m. as I make this video, and I will post it, and it takes about 20 minutes to get online. So it is 5:34 p.m. here in Wisconsin, which Texas time is the same time as mine. I know this because I'm my best friend, and I know this because I'm from Texas, right? So we are going to, on Wednesday at 3 p.m., check your time, Wisconsin time, 3 p.m. So you need to see if you're in Cali, or I have a lot of people like in the UK and stuff like that. So look it up on Google. It's super easy. You just do a comparison of your country or your state on Wisconsin, okay? So it's 3 p.m. Wisconsin time tomorrow, Wednesday. I definitely cannot do it on Saturday. I will be gone from noon to 3. Oh, hello, train. At that bounce house with mentoring my child and having my own child and my husband. We're gonna have a super good time. I found it on Facebook. You should look it up and see if it's coming to your city or state soon. It's like $36 a ticket. You get 3 hours. There's also adult time, I guess, where like you can party and they're doing like rave music and all that, but like you wear a bathing suit because they have like a soapy, slippery water thing and all this. There's like several of them. And but anyways, it's like the world's largest inflatable bounce houses, and it's super cool, dude. I can't wait. I'm so glad that I changed my pain patch finally, because I forgot. I was like days late. I literally forgot because I've been so busy doing bonfires and having my son's kids over and everything that I literally just forgot. And I was wondering why I was in so much pain, and then I remembered, hello, I was supposed to change it, so I changed it the other day. So I'll be out of pain, and I will finally be able to have fun, guys. I'm so excited. Anyway, so that's 3 minutes of me just talking about myself, so I apologize. But a lot of you guys try to get to know me because, like, a lot of you guys have been following me for years, and I appreciate it. Like, thanks. We're friends, right? And yes, I get in the comments, they're not your friends, they're your clients. Right? I get that. But you also have to understand, some of my clients have been with me for like 5 years. And over 5 years, even as a life coach, you end up having a connection with that person where they might call you out of the blue just to talk as friends. And I'm good with that. I like to have friends. I don't have many. And so like YouTube has brought many friends to me, and I super appreciate it. And like, I love you guys. So let's move forward. All right. What are we going to talk about? Let's see. The mother-in-law. All right. Okay. So when you are figuring all of this out about your mother-in-law, right? you realize you make many mistakes at the beginning of that relationship when you first met the mother-in-law, because as a normal good person, you share life experiences. That's what we do, right? People, we share our life experiences with each other to gain trust, a bond, show vulnerability, have like relate to one another, trying to form a friendship and a relationship with one another. And so you might end up sharing things at first with this narcissistic in-law that you didn't know at first, and it comes back to bite you in the, you know what? I'm really trying not to cuss anymore, guys. I think working in construction around all those men, I was the only woman. Like, I never used to cuss. So I'm trying to work on it. So forgive me. Anyway, when you figure out that you have overshared, and those things that you thought you could be vulnerable with that person, your mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law, whoever it is, and you tell them things that you think that maybe they have experienced, or maybe you share it for some type of support, right? Because you're looking for love and validation and support from other people, and you share things that you might actually need support for at that moment in time. Well, you figure out maybe a week, a month, a year later that mother-in-law is going around and gossiping about you, about the thing that you had shared with them, and it really hurts your feelings, because like you already went through that trauma or whatever it is that you shared with them that you needed support at that time, and you find out that people are like talking crap about what you had shared. Happened to me. And so you find yourself in a situation where, like, you want to confront your husband about it. Like, why is it that these things that I shared to gain a relationship with your parent is being twisted, misused, and gossiped about, when it was an experience in my life that at that time I shared I needed support. And I thought by being vulnerable and sharing that with your mother, that I would have a motherly figure come and hug me and say, hey, you know what? I've been through similar situations. I'm going to be there for you. And so, excuse me, I won't eat. I'm sorry. I'm hungry though. And so your feelings are super hurt, right? And then you confront your husband about it, and he confronts his mother about it. Well, what happens? We all know what happens. She doesn't give a damn. And what she actually does is pull her son aside and say, see, this is the reason. I talked about it with Susie down the road, or Betty, or your uncle or aunt, or whoever it is, your relative or a family friend. Because I thought, well, what she shared with me made me feel as though that is the reason why she should not be with you. Yeah, that's why. That's why I shared it. Because I needed my own validation of thinking that what she shared when she was vulnerable with me, when she was trying to make a connection with me, I thought I needed to get validation in my own thinking that she was a horrible person and she shouldn't be with my son. That's why I did it, son. And so I want you to sit down, and I really want you to think about what you are accusing me of doing and confronting me about something that I shared with somebody, so I can get my own validation for talking crap about your girlfriend or your wife because I find what she told me was horrible. And I just think that, that your girlfriend or wife or husband, whoever it is, even though in that moment they were trying to make a connection with me, I thought, oh my God, that person did something really bad, or something really bad happened to her, and she's going to create trauma in your life since she's dealing with trauma. And that because she's dealing with that trauma, it's going to ruin your life. Instead of having sympathy and empathy for you, and sitting down as a motherly figure and helping you through a situation or relating to a situation, she makes it seem as though that is the reason why, he should not be with you. Think about this. If you're a counselor and you hear people's stories that are going through things that need help, right? And that counselor's there for you. Imagine your counselor going around and spreading rumors and lies and twisting the situation and calling you a bad person when you're reaching out for help. Imagine that. So that's basically what your mother-in-law is doing. Although she is not a counselor, she's still, we all know that older people should be giving us guidance. That's why we go to them in times of need. But with a narcissist, what they do is they twist it to make it seem as though you have too many problems, and that their son or whatever, daughter, should not be involved with you because it's going to bring problems into their child's life. When all you're doing is trying to have a connection. Isn't that horrible? These people are absolutely horrible. And so what I can say, and I was lucky in this, because all this empath this and empath that. I am an empath, but I feel as though it's people are calling themselves empaths so much that it gets on my nerves when they're really not. I don't know. I feel like maybe they're just narcissists. I don't know. Maybe you are an empath and you feel it. So I am an empath. I think it's overused, unfortunately, which takes away from us true empaths. But I got lucky. Because since I was a little kid, I could feel other people's feelings. And I could feel evil or good. I've always been able to do this for some reason. It was just instilled in me since I was born. I don't know if it's a gift. I don't know. It's just in me, right? I don't know what it is. So when I met my mother-in-law, I knew immediately that she was not a good person. Immediately. There was you could I think she might be a psychopath too, to be honest, because I've done read studies where psychopaths have this gaze, this stare, and that is how they also determine that they are psychopaths. And she has that gaze and stare. And when I first met her, she had that gaze. Okay. And I was 15. This is before I went to college for criminality or criminal justice psychology. Also went to college for anatomy and all this stuff, right? So I know a lot about the human body and psychological state. And then I'm also, went through licensing, doing life coach stuff, right? So there's a lot of study in that. And I also, did a lot of study trying to figure out what was wrong with my situation with my in-law. When I first met her, and I want you to, next time you're with your in-law, mother-in-law, father-in-law, whoever it is, I want you to see if they have that gaze, right? So it's no blinking. It's like a bulged eye almost, but it's not bulging out. It's like wide, and it's a stare. So when they're talking to you, it's not normal. It's like like they're not there, like a gaze, like they look at you like this. Hi, nice to meet you, Natalie. I am Sarah. Oh, it is so wonderful. Jared has talked so much about you. And they don't really move their head, right? And they stare, right? And it's a gaze that you if you really know about and I was 15, dude, and I caught on to this. I was freaked out. Guys. I knew immediately, oh my God, something is wrong with her. So I got lucky. And at 15, I never shared anything with her. And what she did, because I didn't do that, and because I was living in the ghetto, and she would not allow, once she found out where I lived, because my parents divorced. We used to live in a nice house, but once the divorce happens, divorce really breaks people, financially. So we were living in in the projects, but it was like a house, but it was like a apartment house. So there's 4 bedrooms and everything. It was pretty big, actually. But it was the ghetto. It was Weesatch in Jackson, Texas. You can look it up. A lot of shootings, killings, drug dealing, pimping, all that happened there. And I was one of the only white girls there. Anyway, once she found out where I lived, she would not allow her son to come to my house anymore. But he did anyway. The whole reason why I even met my husband is because I let one of my friends move in with me when her mom had to take a job in Florida. And because her brother was best friends with my husband, they set up a thing with the mother Jared's mother, where he would pick her up for school. So I would catch a ride with them because he's picking her up. I might as well go with him. So that's how I really met him. And over time, I could feel the love that I had. And every time I got in that car, it was like the air got sucked out of that car, and my whole body, it was transformed, and it was vibrating into his body, and his body was vibrating into mine, and we knew it, but it was unspoken. So that's how we fell in love. And I remember our first kiss when he drove me home from a party he had at his house. And ever since then, we've been inseparable. But I'm kind of going off the subject. But the thing is that once his mom found out where I lived, she wouldn't allow him to come over. But he still did. So going back to what they assume, okay? So because I figured out something was really wrong with her because of her gaze, I didn't share my life with her, and I got very lucky. But what they will do when you don't share stuff with them, when they're trying to figure you out, is they make up stuff, okay? So because my parents got divorced after 25 years, and because we had to move from a very nice 2-story house, middle class neighborhood, to the ghetto, so my dad could recover from that with 3 kids. She assumed I come from a bad family. She assumed because I lived in the projects due to the divorce and my dad trying to recover, that I was like some poor ghetto person, when in fact Jared had just met me right after the divorce. I hadn't even lived there a year, right? So like, I come from middle class to the ghetto, okay? So she starts making up stories, and this is what I'm trying to tell you, that this is what they'll do. So if you don't share your life with them and tell them like anything about you, they will make up stuff. But this is the trick. When they do that, they are tripping their own self up, because we know the reality of how we grew up, regardless if it was good or bad, right? We didn't share it with them. They get tripped up at the end when they find out that actually you have a really good dad, you have a really good mom, you have a really good brothers. I have 2 brothers, a middle child, 2 boys. So I'm such a tomboy. Even though I look like this, I'm a freaking tomboy. I'm telling you, like, I just had to get the dirt out of my nails. Even though I have shovels, like, I had to, like, dig stuff out of my garden, whatever. They start to make up a story about your life that isn't true. So when people that know you, and then over time things come out about your life, it makes the narcissist look like a big liar. And this is why I always say, step out of the narcissist way. Do not try to show people who the narcissist is. They can do it on their own if you allow it. If you go and try to prove and tell people that this person is a narcissist, or this person acts like this or that, and they're treating you this way or that way, you will be made a fool, because the narcissist has already talked crap about you before you have done what you said to those people. So what you do is you stay calm, collected, and quiet, and allow the narcissist to expose themselves for who they truly are, because they will do it if you allow it and step out of the way and stop trying to prove to other people who this person truly is. They will expose themselves because they get caught in their lies. They get caught when you are a proper person and you act proper and you don't go shouting and hooting and hollering and trying to show everyone, like, look how she's treating me, she's doing this, she's doing that. It makes you look like you are the problem, right? But what you do, if you, let's say you're at a family event, you're at a dinner table, whatever, a restaurant, wherever, or any situation where you're around other people that the narcissist has been playing the puppet master. When the narcissist starts doing stuff intentionally trying to hurt you or embarrass you, instead of reacting and stepping out of character, you stay in character and you leave the situation. And over time, because you keep doing this, you keep leaving the parties, you keep leaving the family dinners, you keep leaving Christmases, whatever it is, or you don't go, or you don't, whatever it is, people start to notice that in that narcissist circle. So when you are calm, collected, and quiet, and you are proper, and you don't step out of character, it exposes the narcissist and makes the narcissist look bad, because people realize that you are leaving for a purpose. People don't just leave in the middle of dinner Literally, like, I have, like, okay. There has been times when we're sitting at this long, fancy dinner table and the narcissist says or does something to me that is highly inappropriate and disrespectful in her fancy little house with her fancy little dinner and all this. You know what you do? This is what I do. I put my fork and knife down. I get up, ask for the keys to the car. I go to the car and I sit. And eventually your husband or whoever will come out and say, why are you in the car? I'm ready to leave. So if you do this in front of people, you're leaving situations when you are hurt, embarrassed, ridiculed, gaslit, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. If they're doing and saying stuff in front of people that they think, and they're laughing about it, because they do stuff where, like, they'll say something and laugh at it in front of your face, trying to make other people think that it's funny and that you're just, that, like, they're just joking with you. Like, you have this good relationship, like, they're just joking about the ridicule or gaslight or whatever it is. Like, they'll laugh about it. Like, we've all experienced it. Like, after they say something that's really rude, inconsiderate, or embarrassing, or something that should not have been said that was private, you leave. And over time, people start to see that you are the calm one. You are not stepping out of character. And you are leaving situations that upset you. And so what happens is the narcissist is slowly, by you staying in character, slowly exposing who they are to other people. And so when the narcissist goes and talks trash about you, those other people start to remember all the times that you left parties or dinners, or you literally get up from, like, your food might not even have been touched, but you left. People see this. And so when they try to smear you to other people, those other people start to remember what has happened in the past when you have left after the narcissist has either made fun of you, said something inconsiderate, blah, blah, blah. And so those gaslighting techniques stop working with those other people. And what happens is those other people start realizing that you are not the problem when the narcissist is constantly saying you are the problem. Okay? It is so highly important for you to stay in character at all times. Because when you step out of character, when someone makes you upset, like your narcissist, and you blow up, and you talk crap, and you're making a scene, after you leave, because the scene happened and obviously you're going to leave, the narcissist, you know what they do? Because you're not there to witness it. They start crying and they start shifting the blame onto you, calling you the problem, saying you're the reason why this family is the way it is, and the reason why their son isn't going to be successful, and that you're a nobody and a nothing. You'll never amount to anything, no matter how many degrees you have, no matter if you are a missionary, no matter if you serve your church, no matter, like, it does not matter how good of a person you are. They never recognize it, for number one. You know how long I've been working with special needs? Do you know I had a lot of you guys know, because you were on Henry Pavlisok's, or Handicap Henry's, Facebook page. You guys know that I took care of a special needs dog for 11 years, and he died 2 years ago. This is why I have my baby girl, Riri. Look, this is my baby girl. My mom surprised me. She flew from Houston to Dallas and got that dog for me after telling the lady the story of how I took care of this dog for 11 years in a wheelchair, changing his diaper all night long and stuff like that, like literally newborn like type of stuff I had to go through with him. If you had a newborn child, I did it for 11 years. And so that lady was so inspired after she looked at Henry's Facebook to give me that dog for $1,000. Now that is a $5,000 dog. So they never recognize you for anything that you do. Your hard work. I've worked with special needs children for 20 years off and on. I had my own business teaching parents how to raise their special needs children, how to potty train and stuff. And the reason why I know this is not only, I think, because I'm an empath, but because I was heavily bullied throughout middle school and high school. And so what I would do, because I was friends with, or the teacher was a good teacher, the special needs teacher treated me really well, and I would go into a room where all the special needs students were, and over time I learned what certain behaviors meant. So the screeching, the fidgeting, like the handshaking, stuff like that, like that's how I learned about special needs and what certain behaviors meant and what they were trying to convey to other people, their needs. And so that's how I learned to help special needs students. But did I ever get recognized for it? Did anyone ever talk about it? Did anyone say anything about the dog or anything? No. It was always like, why are you keeping that dog alive? He's suffering when he was the best dog ever, right? So this, my main point is, because this is already 32 minutes long, is that when the narc starts to make up your story because you didn't share it with them, or maybe you shared a tad bit, or maybe you shared a lot, but they twist it and turn it and make it seem like you're somebody that you're not, you need to allow that narcissist to expose themselves. And the way you do it is you stay in character, you stay cool, collected, and calm. Because the thing is, the way that people prove themselves to others is just being themselves. Just be yourself. When you are yourself and you show people who you are, they believe it. Just like when people act up and act like a narcissist or a psychopath or abusive person, you believe the person you see. That's what I've always said, is you believe it. When someone shows you who they are, believe it. So if you're a good person, the other people will believe it. If you are a bad person, then believe it. The other people will believe it. If you see someone that's a bad person, believe it. If you see someone that's a kind person, believe it. People show you who they are through their actions. So through your actions, you will prove yourself to other people. You do not have the responsibility of going out of your way to convince people who you are, when all you have to do is be yourself, and through your actions, people see and believe who you are. So let the narcissist say whatever they want to say and do whatever they want to do. You stay true to yourself. You do kind things for other people. You find joy in life. You find joy in the things that you love to do, right? You do those things. You volunteer. You help children. You help elderly people or disabled people, or you do whatever it is in your life that brings you joy. that show, like, this isn't fake. You legitimately, like, want to do this, right? It doesn't matter what it is. My calling is special needs, animals, and children. That's my calling. I found it. So find your calling and do it. So that way, when other people see that you're doing your calling, they believe you. They believe who you are. They believe your character. There's no need to step out of character to convince others that someone else is a bad person. Because that bad person will eventually show themselves. And people will believe it. That's my message today, guys. This is super long. I'm sorry. I just, like, I feel the connection between us. I know this is just YouTube, but, like, I know, like, a lot of people, like, wait all day for me to make a video. And now it's my summer break. I'm trying so freaking hard to help you guys get over this and find your joy. Find what your purpose on earth is, in life. It's so important to find your purpose, even if it doesn't pay all that well. I know the economy sucks right now, and you have to do the things that you have to do to make the money to pay the bills. But afterwards, even when you're tired, it sucks for me to wake up at 4:45 every in the morning every day for school. But when I have that mindset, when I wake up and I'm like, I just want to quit. You know what I do? I think about the kids that are waiting on me, that bring me joy every single morning. You know what? I feel guilty, actually, sometimes when I'm like really gonna quit because it's 4:45 in the morning and I have so much to do just to get to school to help these children. And then I get to school and they're just loving me. They're just loving me. It makes me feel very bad when I'm pissed off in the morning at 4:45 that I have to wake up so early. And I don't have to have a job. My husband makes great money. But then I get to school and the love is real. And the joy is real. And it makes me feel awful that I felt that way that morning. It's not every morning, but sometimes it is. And all the hugs I get. And all the Miss P, oh my God, I didn't know you. I thought you weren't going to be here today. Because, like, I was, like, here or there or whatever. And they didn't see me. And then when they see me, they're, like, rushing up to me. Miss P, I didn't know you were here. Oh, my God. Now I'm mentoring these children during the summer. All their parents know me because they go home and talk about me. I didn't know that. I didn't know my kids went back and talked about me to their parents. Because when I meet their parents are just so thankful. And when I went to that skating ring, the grandmother, not the mother, the grandmother, we're taking our skates off, and she goes, Miss P, come here. I say, yes, ma'am. She gives me a big hug, and she looks at me dead in the eyes, and she goes, I wish we had more people like you, more teachers like you in this world. The grandmother, not the mother. So, not only the mother was talking about me, but the grandmother and the grandfather. And the brother. Because they, like, her mom sent them up to the pool and surprised me when I was talking to her on Facebook. She sent them up there.
to surprise me. When joy brings tears to your eyes, it's not because you're sad. It's because you feel appreciated. And I've been looking for that for so long. Because I haven't had that appreciation through my in-laws. And the things that I do and the things I sacrifice to help these special needs students. And this is what I'm trying to tell you, that quit focusing on the in-law. Focus on yourself. Focus on what brings you joy. Focus on things that will make you cry because you are so appreciated. I'm sorry. I'm just so happy. My life is so good. I'm so happy. I'm so happy with everything that I've accomplished in life. Although I have had to fight the battle, but guess what? I won the war. And in my video, I said I won the battle, but what I should have said is I won the war. I won the war. I gotta go. This is the longest video I've ever had, I think. And you probably won't watch it all, and you probably won't see this part, and that's okay. That's okay. I just love the feeling of being appreciated and accepted and welcomed and loved. And it's from complete strangers. Peace, love, and harmony, guys. I love you. Tomorrow, remember, 3. It's at 3, Wisconsin time. So a lot of you guys are from other countries and other states. So look it up on Google. It will tell you what time. And unfortunately, I know a lot of y'all in other countries, it's like different times, like really late, and I apologize. But also, if you've made it this far, should we start Zoom again? Do you want to start Zoom? Let's do it. I'm down, guys. Okay? Peace, love, harmony. Bye.